Chapter 10. Graduation. Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. The standard practice of the Essenes at Qumran was to release their students at the age of 30, for them to begin their teachings. They felt that a man was not sufficiently mature enough to teach others until this age. John would, therefore, have graduated in October of 22 A.D. on his 30th birthday. The evidence, however, indicates that he did not begin his ministry until March of 23 A.D. This author believes that he stayed with Jesus until near Jesus' time of graduation. Jesus was 30 years old in April of 23 A.D. Apparently, John stayed there with Jesus to within a month of Jesus' graduation. It should again be noted that all of these dates are accurate to within only 3 years. There has been some historical confusion as to whether Jesus and John knew each other that should perhaps be addressed here. This author finds significant evidence to prove that they did indeed know each other. And Mary arose in those days and went into the hill country with haste, into a city of Judah, and entered into the house of Zechariah and saluted Elizabeth. And it came to pass that, when Elizabeth heard the salutation, her being pregnant with Jesus, of Mary, the babe, John, leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Ghost. Luke 1:39-41. Since Mary and Elizabeth were cousins, as previously described, and visited each other often, it would therefore be natural for their children to become boyhood friends. We have seen the evidence that they went to school together at Qumran, and there is additional evidence that they knew each other very well, as will be seen during their post-graduation actions. It is important to recognize that Jesus and John knew each other in order to understand their actions in concordance with the prophecies and their own personal interactions. John's actions after graduation mirror the prophecies and the teachings of the Essenes at Qumran. Jesus augmented the teachings he received from Qumran with wisdom from his own belief system. Apparently, their post-graduation plans, formulated while together at Qumran, consisted of the following. John stayed with Jesus for about 5 months after his graduation to formulate their plans. John then left Qumran and went to the ford where the Israelites had first crossed over the Jordan River to the Promised Land. There he returned as Elijah and began his ministry. Jesus left Qumran and went to his boyhood home in Nazareth to visit his family. John made sure that word of his success reached Jesus. Jesus then went to John to be baptized. This was the first act in the ministry of Jesus.